think we're on. I think we are on. I feel like a news reporter. I don't know what to do with my hands. Welcome back to another episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. I am Shaunda. Hey guys, hey, how you doing? Happy Thursday. I just want to say thank you for tuning in to another one. If you're new here, I would like to just tell you what my podcast is all about for my bio. So my bio is having a personal journal is one thing, having a personal journal and don't mind sharing with anyone is another. We ask questions and hear people's stories. We take information in and do what we want with it. So opinions and thoughts matter. I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda is a podcast where I share my feelings, thoughts, and actions on life, experiences, topics, and events. With that being said, holiday was yesterday. Juneteenth was yesterday. I hope that everybody got to enjoy it, especially my Black folks, especially my others, of just letting us enjoy Juneteenth and what it meant. If you don't know what it is, quiet on the set. If you don't know what it is, it's a federal holiday to commemorate the ending of slavery in the United States. It was just very interesting on the part of me thinking about educating people, because like from what I found out and from what I've known from me and my sisters growing up, it really wasn't something that was talked about. This day was not even, to me, it was another day. And I think in school that it was also another day. And maybe it was like small things that some teachers probably put up in their rooms, but it was just never really talked about at all. So it was just very interesting. I think I started off with my dad just asking what he thought about what Juneteenth was and what it was. He said it wasn't a holiday. It definitely wasn't something that was acknowledged. It wasn't something that was talked about back then. My dad is like 68, so like just hearing back then of saying that it just wasn't a thing. But I'm glad that my dad knew, because he actually said that a person, I think he was on the bus stop, he said a person like actually ended up telling him what it is. My dad had some thoughts on it, but the guy said it was just like the ending of slavery and how important it was. And I'm glad my dad, getting to ask him that and actually hearing it from him was something moving. I never really asked my dad on about what he thought about certain holidays and how he felt about it. Because in my household, with us being Jehovah's Witnesses and me was being in that organization, holidays was not something like that is celebrated, like Christmas and everything. I don't think Juneteenth, again, really wasn't something talked about before. But the only thing that we really do celebrate is the death of Jesus Christ and what he gave for us. And then in that instance and in that thought of me thinking about Juneteenth, I'm like, how is that not really close? We had people who actually sacrifices made, fought and died for freedom and a purpose, and they knew in their minds, they knew in their bones that this is something that Black people have definitely earned. And why not, so like, why not celebrate that? So it was just like a huge thing to just to hear that from my father before. I ended up asking my sisters, because I definitely wanted their thoughts on it, on what like Juneteenth meant to them. And with Stacy, she said, as a child in school, my teachers were always informed and instructed in advance. Quote, Stacy does not celebrate holidays, so she doesn't participate. If it wasn't an assignment I had to do, she doesn't know. She said, growing up in a home that didn't celebrate any holidays, I never had any input on it. So that was just something that also, again, didn't have any input on me as well. Never really something that was acknowledged. With Shaunda, she said, I would say this new generation not knowing what the holiday is and the meaning. I had to call Shaunda for like what it meant to her. And then also, again, she was with friends that we also went to school with, and she was hanging out with them and hearing their input. Like, it really wasn't something that was talked about in school. Like, it really wasn't something that was educated on. It was really just another day. And me being part of that with Shaunda being in school, it really was just another day. I don't really remember a time that we were put aside or like, let's have a pizza party. I don't know, like something. It was never something that was really talked about. So Hearing it from my friends and my sister, it was just like, what it is now. I asked her and I asked them, I'm like, but so now that you do know, what does it mean to you? And then like hearing them, just knowing that it was like the ending of slavery, it's freedom. It's definitely something to acknowledge that we wouldn't be here right now without people fighting for us, without Black people fighting for us and making those sacrifices and bleeding and fighting for us to have freedom. And it's so crazy because I started off my yesterday by listening to Freedom with Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar, and just the lyrics and the music and the power in that song was just beautiful. I was like, this is just something really cool to have and really liberating. Like that song is it just made me dance. It made me dance and like enjoy that I could get to do such things like this and even talk about it. It's really nice. And then, sorry y'all, my sister Selena, she said, I just think it's another month the government gave Blacks to try and make it look like they're giving reparation back in a way, especially for the new generation who do take their heritage and where they come from seriously. And it was such a powerful thing that my sister did say, because like it did seem like we're giving bitsy pieces back. What I know now, we're still fighting for freedom. Like we're still fighting with this economy and what everything is going on. Like I don't see how we are free. I mean, we do have some leeway, but it's not in advance. Black people still have to fight. We have to still fight for equal opportunity. Like we have to, as women, as Black people, like it's hard to be put in a position and be acknowledged of what we've done and what we do. We're always set second. Like, we can always fight to get to the top, but people will always look out for them. They're not going to look out for us. And knowing that hearing that Black people make businesses and get themselves put in a position where they can make their own moves, it's always looking out for the other Black person. And it's crazy, but I trust I trust more when there are when there are more Black people in the positions that they are in. So I definitely thank you and acknowledge people who are and do that. And I just definitely want to say how important it is to educate others and not let this information like just go away. We definitely need to take the time to educate a lot of people on why Juneteenth is important, why even after this day that Black people fight in, it's still important to do so. So yeah, I feel like this episode is short. I'm not even going to lie. I recorded this probably about like 4 or 5 times because I just couldn't get my words right, and definitely feel that this needs to be a conversation had with someone else so I can have a debatable or just a talk and just see what other people thoughts on it. But I still wanted to share. So I appreciate everybody tuning in to another episode. Thank you. Please remember to rate, like, comment, and subscribe on my Apple, Spotify, and YouTube page. Please share your thoughts with me at imjustsharingpod@gmail.com. I would love to hear what you thought about this and future things. So thank you. I will definitely see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Bye.